Today, we're exploring the key ideas from Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. This is an independent educational overview, enriched with our own integrative analysis and actionable exercises. Think of it as a guided reflection to spark your own insights, not a replacement for reading the book itself. The prevailing narrative of innate brilliance often overshadows a profound truth: human greatness is predominantly forged, not found. This perspective challenges the conventional wisdom that talent is a fixed attribute, instead proposing that true potential is measured not by one's starting point, but by the remarkable distance traveled along a journey of growth. We are often captivated by early aptitude, mistaking initial facility for ultimate capacity. Yet countless examples reveal that sustained motivation and supportive environments are far more predictive of profound achievement. Consider a group of students from a challenging urban environment, initially lacking exposure to a complex strategic game, who, through dedicated mentorship focused on emotional discipline and proactive learning, ultimately surpassed competitors from elite institutions. Their triumph underscored that foundational character strengths, such as resilience, determination, and a willingness to engage with adversity, are often more crucial than initial cognitive scores. These capacities, cultivated and reinforced, equip individuals not only to master intuitive skills, but also to navigate the broader landscape of life, transforming personal aspirations and enabling the creation of opportunities. Embracing this understanding means recognizing that within every individual lies a wellspring of latent capability, waiting to be unleashed through deliberate effort and thoughtfully designed systems. The cultivation of character and adaptive learning. Unlocking hidden potential begins with the deliberate cultivation of core character strengths, moving beyond the outdated notion that such traits are immutable. These are not mere soft skills, but fundamental human capacities, proactivity, discipline, and determination that empower individuals to anticipate challenges, generate opportunities, and demonstrate profound resilience. Unlike inherent personality traits, character represents a conscious commitment to aligning one's actions with deeply held principles, especially when confronted with difficulty. This conscious choice to prioritize values over immediate impulses is a critical driver of long-term success, often yielding greater benefits than solely focusing on cognitive development. In an increasingly automated world where machines handle many analytical tasks, these distinctly human capabilities are ever more essential, fostering meaningful interaction and elevating our unique contributions. True growth, moreover, thrives on embracing discomfort. The myth that individuals learn best only through a specific style, visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, has been thoroughly debunked. Relying exclusively on comfortable methods stifles development, as authentic learning often demands venturing into less familiar yet more effective approaches. The first step involves the courage to abandon fixed preferences, recognizing that mastering a new skill might require engaging with methods that initially feel awkward or even inefficient. For instance, to truly grasp a complex scientific theory, one might need to read and analyze dense texts, even if listening to lectures feels more natural. The second courage involves actively applying new knowledge immediately, even before feeling completely ready. Whether speaking a new language from day one or attempting a challenging technical procedure, immersion and immediate application accelerate mastery. Paradoxically, the very sensation of awkwardness signals that progress is being made. The final courage involves actively amplifying errors, seeing mistakes not as failures but invaluable data points. Setting a daily quota for errors, for example, transforms the fear of embarrassment into a learned industriousness, where the effort of engagement and correction becomes its own reward. Genuine comfort in a skill is the eventual outcome of consistent, uncomfortable practice. Central to this adaptive learning is what might be termed absorptive capacity. The profound ability to recognize, evaluate, integrate, and apply new information. This involves a proactive, growth-oriented mindset that distinguishes a true human sponge. It is not about passive consumption, but active filtering, much like a sea creature that processes vast quantities of water to extract nutrients and expel toxins. Such a learner actively seeks expansion rather than reacting defensively to challenges to their ego. To optimize this, seeking advice rather than feedback is a powerful shift. Advice is forward-looking, eliciting specific, actionable suggestions for future improvement, whereas feedback can often focus on past missteps in a way that feels critical. Crucially, the reliability of this advice hinges on the source's perceived care for your potential, their credibility in the relevant domain, and their familiarity with your unique circumstances. A mentor's tough critique, when perceived as rooted in genuine concern and deep understanding, can be absorbed and transformed into a signature strength. Moreover, this absorptive capacity is inherently pro-social. By thoughtfully processing and applying insights, individuals not only grow personally, but also foster a richer environment for collective flourishing, much like ancient organisms that contributed to the oxygenation of the planet. Finally, the path to mastery necessitates a strategic embrace of imperfection. This involves discerning when to push for absolute excellence and when to accept a good enough standard that allows for continued progress. Traditional perfectionism, which aims for zero defects, often hinders growth, leading to obsession over trivial details, avoidance of new challenges, and debilitating self-criticism. True excellence, in contrast, aligns with a perspective that finds beauty in natural flaws and recognizes that minor imperfections do not diminish overall grandeur. An expert builder, for example, might prioritize structural integrity and aesthetic harmony while accepting that some minor functional inconveniences can enhance the inhabitants' engagement with their environment. The key lies in tolerating the right imperfections, understanding that improving often feels wrong initially because it requires abandoning familiar, if limited, methods. Instead of berating oneself for errors, a growth-oriented mindset focuses on the overall trajectory and peak performances, recognizing that others generally judge competence by one's best efforts, not isolated errors. This allows individuals to maintain aspiration and derive genuine satisfaction from their progress, much like a performing artist who, after receiving critical notes, prioritizes high-impact adjustments to create a minimum lovable product rather than attempting a flawed total overhaul. This strategic approach enables continuous growth and an authentic alignment with one's own evolving standards. Designing environments for sustained growth. The journey towards significant aspirations inevitably encounters barriers, periods of burnout, discouragement, and self-doubt. While robust character skills are indispensable, they often require external reinforcement to navigate prolonged challenges. This is where scaffolding becomes crucial, a temporary support system designed to help individuals overcome obstacles they couldn't surmount alone, thereby building resilience and fostering further growth. These vital structures, much like temporary supports used in construction, exhibit four key features. They often originate from others: mentors, coaches, peers. They are precisely tailored to address the specific challenge at hand. They arrive at a pivotal moment when intervention is most effective. And critically, they are temporary, designed to be removed once the individual has integrated the new capacity. For instance, a specific cognitive exercise might be prescribed immediately after a stressful event to help prevent the consolidation of negative memories, but it's not a lifelong therapy. By understanding and strategically leveraging these diverse support structures, individuals can find motivation in routine, transform stagnation into momentum, and convert doubts into sources of genuine strength. Many mistakenly believe that mastery demands an arduous, monotonous grind. Yet extraordinary achievement frequently stems from transforming this perceived grind into a profound source of joy. Consider a renowned percussionist who, despite severe hearing loss, learned to perceive music through vibrations. Her success wasn't due to endless rote practice, but because her learning was scaffolded into an engaging, playful challenge. This highlights that infusing passion into practice is not a mere bonus, but a critical accelerant for unlocking potential. While structured, feedback-driven practice is valuable, an obsessive focus on it can lead to burnout. Instead, harmonious passion, a genuine, intrinsic enjoyment in the process rather than solely external outcomes, is a stronger predictor of persistence and performance. This fosters a state of flow where practice enriches life. The key to cultivating such passion is often deliberate play, blending structured learning with the inherent enjoyment of free exploration. This involves breaking complex skills into game-like challenges, introducing novelty, and varying tools and goals. A basketball coach, for instance, might turn every drill into a competitive game against an athlete's past self, incorporating interleaving by rapidly switching between different skills to accelerate learning and maintain engagement. Sustaining this passion also requires strategic breaks. Far from a sign of weakness, regular reprieves maintain energy, prevent exhaustion, and allow for creative incubation, ultimately making practice about quality over sheer quantity. Progress is rarely linear. It's often a winding, looping journey, marked by periods of stagnation that can feel like dead ends. These plateaus signal not a lack of potential, but a need for reevaluation and a new direction. When faced with such a rut, skills may temporarily decline before improving, a necessary regression that involves abandoning familiar yet limiting methods for more effective ones. Transitioning from a simple method to a more complex, efficient one will initially slow performance, but ultimately unlock greater speed and mastery. This backing up can be a strategic maneuver, enabling a fresh approach. To navigate such unfamiliar terrain, a perfect map is rarely available. Instead, one needs a compass, a reliable guide pointing toward a general direction or a more suitable method. Interestingly, highly experienced experts can be suboptimal guides for beginners due to their curse of knowledge, making it hard for them to recall novice struggles. Therefore, seeking advice from multiple guides, integrating diverse perspectives and pins into a personalized route is often more effective than relying on a single mentor. The goal is to construct one's own guidebook, critically filtering and adapting advice. Beyond strategic redirection, maintaining motivation during long periods of trial and error is vital. Detours, like unrelated hobbies or side projects, can provide small wins and a sense of progress, recharging energy and confidence when the primary goal remains challenging. Furthermore, pursuing a higher peak, a significant, often unrelated personal challenge, can provide a profound boost of purpose and internal fuel, contributing to breakthroughs in the primary endeavor. Ultimately, true transformative growth and the ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles often stem from an interdependent approach, harnessing resources with and for others. The notion of pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps is often misconstrued as a solitary struggle. Instead, it means collectively building stronger bootstraps. Consider a group of individuals from a marginalized community unexpectedly selected for an elite training program. Facing immense prejudice and low expectations, they forge a pact, sharing knowledge and coaching each other, ultimately achieving unprecedented collective success. This is the tutor effect. Teaching others solidifies one's own understanding. And the coach effect. Encouraging others boosts one's own confidence and motivation. Moreover, while genuine low expectations can be debilitating, groundbreaking research reveals an underdog effect. Low expectations from uninformed or ignorant critics can ignite a powerful drive to prove them wrong. These doubts become a crucible that fortifies resolve. However, sustained motivation requires a deeper purpose than merely defying critics. The most enduring strength comes from carrying a torch, fighting for people who matter, or a cause greater than oneself.
This profound sense of accountability, not just to peers, but to an entire community or future generations, provides an unwavering wellspring of resilience.
Building systems for widespread opportunity. Individual character and personal scaffolding are crucial, but widespread achievement ultimately demands robust systems of opportunity within our schools, teams, and organizations. Landmark research indicates a striking disparity. Individuals from privileged backgrounds are significantly more likely to become innovators, often irrespective of innate cognitive ability. This stems from superior access to mentors, networks, and environments that cultivate inventiveness, leading to a loss of countless potential contributors who never get the chance to flourish. The presence of role models, particularly for underrepresented groups, also profoundly impacts innovation rates. True progress lies in designing systems that consciously open doors for everyone, recognize diverse potential, and prevent the squandering of talent from all walks of life. Consider a nation that transformed its educational system from an underperformer to a global leader, not through specialized programs, but through a profound cultural belief in the untapped potential of every student. Unlike systems that assume fixed ability and reward early brilliance, this model operates on the premise that intelligence manifests in myriad forms and all children can excel. This fosters an ethos of educational equity, aiming to provide every student with exceptional educators and a personalized growth path. Teachers, highly respected and rigorously trained, are empowered professionals with significant autonomy. This culture of opportunity is built on three key practices: establishing deep, individualized relationships, often through looping, where teachers stay with the same students for multiple years, enabling tailored support and preventing crucial knowledge loss. Second, providing robust, individualized support, with multidisciplinary teams intervening early to address difficulties, emphasizing prevention over remediation. And third, nurturing individualized interests through deliberate play in early education, fostering cognitive and character skills through engaging, self-directed exploration rather than intense academic pressure. While even this exemplary system faced challenges with student motivation, its response was to deepen agency, giving students greater control over their learning journeys, and fostering a love of learning that balances high performance with well-being. Within organizations, true collective intelligence, a group's capacity for problem-solving, has little to do with the individual IQs of its members. Instead, the most effective teams excel due to their pro-social skills, the ability to collaborate, understand group needs, and enlist everyone's contributions. A single individual lacking pro-social skills can significantly hinder team effectiveness, illustrating that these social capacities are the glue that aligns efforts toward a shared purpose. Genuine team cohesion isn't built on superficial exercises, but on the deep understanding that members genuinely need one another for an important mission. Effective leadership is also critical. Rather than promoting the loudest voices, the best leaders for collective intelligence prioritize the mission over their ego and team cohesion over personal glory. They actively listen, gathering diverse input and empowering pro-social team members. Furthermore, effective team processes are crucial. Traditional brainstorming often stifles good ideas. A superior alternative is brainwriting, where individuals generate ideas alone, which are then anonymously pooled and evaluated before group refinement. This ensures balanced participation and allows diverse ideas to surface. Organizations can further unlock potential through lattice hierarchies rather than rigid ladders. A ladder system with a single gatekeeper can easily squash promising but unproven ideas. A lattice, conversely, provides multiple pathways for ideas to reach decision-makers, encouraging a climate where junior members can pitch bold, unconventional plans and find sponsors for their projects. Finally, our pivotal decisions about college admissions or job hiring often fail to identify diamonds in the rough, those with immense capability who have faced significant obstacles. Traditional selection processes frequently prioritize a polished track record over the journey undertaken, missing the unique skills forged through adversity. This flaw stems from equating past performance with future potential, often relying on proxies like elite degrees or extensive experience, which research shows are poor predictors of actual job performance or learning agility. Promoting based solely on past performance can even lead to individuals being elevated beyond their true competence. Effectively identifying potential requires acknowledging the degree of difficulty individuals have overcome, contextualizing achievements against their unique challenges. For example, evaluating a candidate's academic performance not just by their GPA, but by the difficulty of their courses or the challenges of their personal background provides a more nuanced picture. Crucially, grade point trajectory, improvement in performance over time, is a stronger predictor of future success than a static cumulative average. To truly uncover hidden potential, interview processes must be rethought. Moving beyond stressful interrogations, innovative approaches treat candidates as guests, inviting them to share passions and engage in work samples, real-time skill-based challenges in familiar, low-stress scenarios. This allows candidates to showcase what they can do and how they learn, rather than just what they say or what they've done before. Ultimately, our task is not to create brilliance, but to recognize the existing brilliance in those who have already faced immense pressure and are poised to shine. Integrative Analysis and Implications. The journey of unlocking potential is fundamentally about seeing beyond the surface, challenging deeply ingrained assumptions about talent and achievement. It is a continuous, multifaceted endeavor that demands a transformation in how we perceive ourselves, interact with others, and design our societal structures. At its core, this perspective champions the idea that everyone possesses latent capabilities, often hidden by circumstance or conventional metrics. The real measure of an individual's potential is not their initial aptitude, but the distance traveled, the growth achieved through effort, resilience, and a willingness to transcend perceived limitations. This journey is deeply personal, yet profoundly interconnected. Individuals must actively cultivate character skills, consciously choosing principle over impulse, and embracing discomfort as a catalyst for growth. They must become proactive, absorptive learners, diligently filtering information and seeking advice to fuel their development, while simultaneously embracing strategic imperfection to sustain momentum. This personal transformation is amplified by thoughtfully designed scaffolding, whether from mentors or strategic environments, which provide temporary support at pivotal moments. Furthermore, the path to mastery is rarely linear. It requires the wisdom to embrace detours, temporary regressions, and multiple perspectives to navigate plateaus and find new routes to progress. Crucially, this individual striving is buoyed by interdependence, leveraging the tutor and coach effects, harnessing the motivation that springs from defying uninformed doubts, and finding a deeper, enduring purpose in fighting for a cause greater than oneself. Beyond individual effort, the most profound impact stems from building systems of opportunity that believe in and cultivate the potential of every person. This means transforming educational models to prioritize individualized relationships, tailored support, and intrinsic motivation through play and agency, ensuring no talent is lost due to inequitable access. In teams and organizations, it involves fostering collective intelligence through pro-social leadership, equitable collaboration methods like brainwriting, and structural innovations such as lattice hierarchies that amplify every voice and allow promising ideas to flourish. And critically, it demands a radical rethinking of evaluation processes in hiring and admissions, moving beyond static credentials to assess the degree of difficulty overcome,
prioritizing growth trajectories, and employing innovative, less stressful assessment methods that truly reveal what individuals are capable of achieving. The implications are far-reaching. By shifting our focus from innate talent to cultivated capacity, we empower individuals to view setbacks as opportunities for growth and challenge conventional wisdom about who can achieve greatness. We encourage a lifelong commitment to learning, not just for personal gain, but for the collective good. Ultimately, recognizing hidden potential is an act of profound optimism and a call to action. To create a world where brilliance is not merely identified in the privileged few, but actively nurtured and unleashed in everyone, irrespective of their starting point. It's an ongoing commitment to building a more resilient, innovative, and equitable future, where every individual has the chance to go the distance and make an indelible mark.
Actionable exercises. 1. Embrace your growth edge. True growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. To unlock your hidden potential, intentionally seek out learning experiences that feel a little awkward or challenging. Pick a new skill you want to develop, or an area in an existing skill that feels stagnant. This week, commit to trying a learning method that you usually avoid, perhaps because it feels less natural or requires more active engagement. Additionally, set yourself a mistake budget. Aim to make a specific number of errors, viewing each one as a valuable data point rather than a failure. To keep motivation high, transform a part of your practice into deliberate play by turning it into a game, introducing a fun variation, or challenging yourself to beat your own past performance. Remember to schedule short breaks. These aren't interruptions, but vital moments for your mind to process, consolidate learning, and reset. 2. Cultivate your inner sponge. Become a master absorber of knowledge, always seeking growth over ego. Identify a specific area where you aspire to evolve, then approach someone whose judgment and expertise you trust. Instead of asking for general feedback on past performance, ask for specific, forward-looking advice. Phrase your question to invite constructive guidance, such as, "I'm working on improving X. What's one practical thing you'd advise me to do or try differently next time?" When you receive advice, process it through 3 filters. Does this person genuinely care about my potential? Do they have credibility in this area? Are they familiar enough with my situation to give relevant guidance? Absorb the insights that resonate, then commit to acting on them. Practice being the candid, supportive advisor you'd wish to have for others, reinforcing your own growth by helping them with theirs. 3. Practice strategic imperfection. The pursuit of excellence doesn't require flawlessness. It demands strategic imperfection. Identify a project, task, or personal habit where you often get bogged down by the desire for absolute perfection. First, define what a minimum lovable product for this endeavor would look like. What would make it genuinely effective, valuable, or enjoyable, even if not absolutely polished? Next, consciously decide which aspects are good enough to proceed, and which truly warrant your full dedication to excel. After completing a significant portion, invite 2 to 3 trusted peers or judges to give you objective feedback, focusing on the most critical elements you've identified. Use their input to refine strategically, but always return to your own green apple standard, your commitment to continuous growth and learning, embracing that being unfinished is part of the journey. 4. Navigate your plateaus with a compass. When you feel stuck or experience a temporary dip in progress, don't despair. View it as an invitation to reevaluate and find a new route. Instead of stubbornly pushing on the same path, seek a compass to guide you in a general new direction. This could be a new methodology, an unfamiliar book, or a different approach to your challenge. Actively seek wisdom from 2 to 3 diverse guides, people who have overcome similar obstacles but perhaps took different paths. Synthesize their unique perspectives to construct your own personalized guidebook. If your motivation lags, intentionally pursue a side quest, a small, unrelated project or hobby that offers quick wins and a sense of progress. These detours can powerfully recharge your energy and confidence for the main journey, reminding you of your capacity for forward movement. 5. Fuel your fire with a torch. Unleash a deeper wellspring of resilience and motivation by connecting your personal growth to a purpose beyond yourself. First, empower yourself and others through the coach effect. Identify someone in your network who is grappling with a challenge you faced or are currently navigating. Offer to coach or mentor them, sharing your insights and strategies. Notice how explaining concepts to someone else solidifies your own understanding and bolsters your confidence. Next, identify the torch you carry. Who or what are you truly fighting for? This could be your family, your community, a specific cause, or the future generations who will benefit from your efforts. When self-doubt creeps in or external skepticism arises, hold on to this profound purpose. Let this deep sense of accountability and shared impact become your ultimate fuel to defy gravity and push beyond perceived limits. That wraps up our exploration of today's book. If even one idea here gave you something to reflect on, give it a like so YouTube knows to share more with you. And if you'd like the next insight in your feed, hit subscribe. Remember, what you heard today is our independent interpretation, enriched with analysis and exercises. The full book has far more depth, so consider reading it to experience the author's work directly. Thanks for listening to DeftU Insights, where we turn great books into tools for growth.